Now, from Western North Carolina's news leader, this is News 13 at 6.
Being here today is an honor, to meet with the president and the vice president and for them to show their concern to our family.
George Floyd's family travels to the White House 1 year after he was killed at the hands of Minneapolis police. His death sparked outrage and calls for racial justice across the nation, as well as police reform.
The death of George Floyd has had a major impact here in the mountains over the past year, from protests to calls for reparations to the removal of the Vance Monument. News 13's Karen Wynn is live near the monument, which is being removed. Karen, there are calls for many other forms of change as well.
Yeah, Tammy, there are. There was supposed to be a visual here at this time. Right now, we're just seeing the monument continuing to come down. It's a symbol, one of the many changes Asheville has gone through since George Floyd's death. Some leaders say it's a good beginning, but a lot more needs to be done to bring equality to the city. Reparations to Asheville's black community, the removal of Confederate monuments, and the addition of the Black Lives Matter mural.
I think those are great beginnings. I think, any progress is good progress.
Keenan Lake of My Daddy Taught Me That says despite the changes, so much more needs to be done.
We have a lot of issues. We have a lot of violence that's going on, particularly in our black and brown communities. We have an achievement gap, or if you want to call it the opportunity gap, that's affecting our black and brown kids.
Lake also mentioned the issues of unemployment and gentrification. Clinical psychologist Dr. Dara Bushman Deleon of Asheville says the tragic ending of George Floyd's life has led to some positive psychological changes in many people.
It's also been very freeing to open up the dialogue and for people to be able to talk about having more equality and the anxieties that people were holding in before.
Both Dr. Bushman Deleon and Keenan Lake say being open and involved is the key to continued change.
When you're talking with family members and with children, meeting them where they're at and answering their questions, because if they're not part of the solution, they'll continue to be part of the problem.
Now, Keenan Lake urges everybody in the community to get involved when it comes for the effort to bring equality to the city and to the county. He says this is a case where people should not stay in their lane, but rather to step out, get involved, see where their talents fit best, and to do what they can to help out the community. Live here in Nashville, I'm Karen Wynn, News 13.